Hi, I'm Neil, I'm Sous Chef at River Cottage. I'm just in the gardens today and I'm going to talk to you about squashes and pumpkins and the most classic of them all, which is in your local greengrocers, the butternut squash. And I'm going to make 3 different recipes with this today. We're going to be making a soup, we're going to stuff half of it with a risotto and make a salad. I'm going to take them now into the kitchen and start preparing them. To start preparing this 3 ways, I'm going to cut it in half lengthways. With a spoon, we can start to hollow this out. Peel down. So this squash is going into the oven now at 180 degrees and it's going to roast off as is. So I've just got the base of my soup going now, some shallots, elephant garlic and the potatoes. Potatoes give it a lot of texture and consistency for the soup as well. So that's been swelling down for about 5 or 10 minutes. Meanwhile, the squash has still been roasting in the oven. So this has been about 35-40 minutes now. And this roasted squash here is going to be for the risotto, the soup and the salad. So I've got my base of soup in there. I'm just going to go in with the roasted squash now. Rather than using plain water or a meat stock because we're doing a squash soup, although chicken stock would work really well, we've just got this vegetable stock going in here. Again, alcohol could be used, but I don't really see the need when we've got a squash this fresh and a beautiful vegetable stock like this. So we're going to leave this to bubble away now. In the meantime, I'm going to crack on with the risotto. So I'm going to get these diced up to start with. And elephant garlic as well. We're on that theme with the squashes, so we're going to stick with it for this. Moving on to which grain we're going to be using for risotto. There's a lot of different grains. We're using an arborio risotto rice today, so I'm just going to move this onto the stove now and start to cook the risotto down. Get some oil in the pan to start off with. So just as this is sweating down now, I'm going to add a touch more oil and a touch of seasoning as well. I always find the seasoning helps draw the moisture out of the onion, stops it from taking on any colour. Now the onion's all sweated down, I'm just going to go in with some of the remaining squash, saving some for the salad of course, and the arborio grain. And what I want is this squash to really break up in the rice as it's cooking. I'm going to get some wine involved now. I carefully measure the amount obviously. And we're just going to cook that wine out. Just going to soak it up with that direct heat there in 20-30 seconds maximum. We're going to start off this salad with some Devon blue cheese and mustard and a little bit of white wine vinegar and some olive oil. I'm just going to bind that together. Well, I think it's amazing how we can turn one squash into 3 quite simple dishes. The bacon, we get our lovely crisp Lollo Rosso in here. I'm going to bind the whole lot together now. All these lovely flavours just drop straight on the plate and they all work so well together. And I'm just going to garnish that with some of these edible flowers. So we've got these fantastic oregano stalks, oregano flowers. And just going to finish this by the cornflowers. If we had a salad like this and started dressing at the end, the leaves are going to start to wilt. And that's a really simple salad ready to go. And we can pour that in, finish it with a little bit of cracked black. And just for the whole visual effect, we can get a little bit of cream on top of that as well. And that's my soup, using another quarter of a butternut squash. So now I'm finished with the soup, I'm going to move on to plating the risotto. And that's ready to come off the heat. But you can see in there how the squash is really broken down in there. It really fits into the shell so well. I'm just going to droop a bit over the edge as well so you can get a bit more on the plate. So I'm just finishing off now with a touch of olive oil just to moisten up the roasted squash. And that is 3 ways of cooking a butternut squash.